If you've ever looked up to the stars and wondered, are we alone? This is the episode for you. This is our alien episode. We are talking all things UFOs, UAPs. We're even talking to a government scientist to break it all down for us. Guys, it's an amazing episode. Let's get into it. I'm fired up about this week's topic, UFOs and alien life. I've been wanting to talk about this for a long time.
You have.
We finally had a reason to. We finally had an excuse to make this the topic of the week. If you aren't tapped into the news, last week the Pentagon released their 5th batch of UAP files. These are files similar to UFOs, or UAPs are similar to UFOs. These are files the government has been collecting based on eyewitness accounts, grainy footage that still haven't revealed like a ton of information. Izzy and I were looking through and we were trying to figure out what the hell is going on in these things. It doesn't really make a ton of sense.
No.
So we decided to ask the person that knew the most about them in the world, our first guest, and our first government official on the Daily Friday podcast. Avi Loeb joined the podcast. He's a Harvard physicist, a Harvard astronomer, and he now leads the government's UAP program. He kind of helps take the information they found and explain it back to the public. And he replied to our email and joined the show, which was extremely nice of him. Thank you for being generous with our time. That was our first conversation. We talked to him about what was in those files, some theories about alien life and other fun shit. Later on in the show, we had somebody that didn't know anything about aliens, but likes them a lot, our boy Rusty Featherstone. We talked to him a little bit. We asked some people in the office questions about aliens. It's a very fun episode. Let's kick it over to our first segment with Professor Avi Loeb. Joining us for the first time, renowned Harvard astronomer, Professor Avi Loeb, who was recently appointed as the head of the UAP Scientific Advisor Council for the White House, Pentagon, and intelligence agencies. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Thanks for having me. It's a great pleasure to join you.
We are big alien fans here, and we want to hear from the horse's mouth what's been going on with the news. But my first question before we get into it is, how is your right arm feeling? I saw you threw out the first pitch for the Astros. You were throwing some gas.
Yeah, so when I received the call about a month ago, hi Avi, this is Kyle from the Astros, and I asked him, which group of astrophysicists are you referring to? Turned out to be the business manager of the Astros, and I went there a week ago and threw the first pitch. And also I had the chance to do a podcast and meet a rapper that I've never met that is interested in aliens.
Wow, who is the rapper?
His name is Slim Thug.
Okay. Wow, you had a big day, a lot of new experiences for you.
It's an opportunity to celebrate science because all Americans are excited about two things. One is, are we alone? You know, is there a partner out there? It's sort of the most romantic question in science, right, to ask. And the second, of course, everyone agrees that national security is important. And, trying to check if we have a package in our mailbox addresses both of these, because it could be a package from an adversarial nation.
Yep.
You know, we might have a drone from the Chinese or a balloon. I mean, we shut down a Chinese spy balloon in 2023. Or we might see some alien technologies in our sky. And, both ways. It's a win-win situation to explore it scientifically. But for some reason, this is not a popular subject within science. I see it as an opportunity to bring science to the public. And, parents were telling me that when their kids saw me on television, they are now inspired of becoming a scientist.
Great.
So for me, that's the most important thing.
And also Ryan Gosling was a pretty hot scientist in Project Hail Mary. So that's good. That's good PR for you guys in general. So we're excited to get into it all. What came out in the recent UAP files for the Pentagon, which you worked directly to kind of get out to the public and communicate?
Only over the past decade, we started discovering interstellar objects. These are objects that arrived into the solar system near the Earth from outside. How do we know that? Because they move really fast. They can't be bound by gravity to the sun. And a couple of them were quite unusual, anomalous, and I talked about it. But the US government has been collecting data about objects in the sky for 80 years. Defense budget is about $1 trillion in 2026. So out of a sense of protecting the security of the nation, you would expect them to every now and then maybe see things that they cannot fully understand. And indeed, there are reports about them. So these are called unidentified anomalous phenomena. These are objects that the Pentagon or the intelligence agencies cannot figure out. If these are technological objects, there are two possibilities. Either they are human-made or not human-made. if in the first case, if they cannot identify, it means that it could be a national security threat. So we really need to figure out if these are maybe drones that were sent by the Chinese or the Russians, they're spying. And that's not hallucination because in 2023, there was a Chinese spy balloon, a giant.
I remember it. There was a lot of memes about it. Yeah, I remember it very well.
Yeah. And by the way, it was citizens that saw it in the sky.
Yeah.
So, when I go to the kitchen and I find an ant, I usually get alarmed because it means there are many more ants hiding under the sink. And so for every Chinese spy balloon, there must be many more. At the very least, we are helping the Pentagon fulfill its mission of protecting the US. But even if 1 in a million of these objects happen to be alien technology, that would be the biggest discovery ever made by humanity.
So the Pentagon has been releasing these files that are publicly available information. And so there was a recent drop a few days ago. Can you kind of explain what was in that release?
Since May, over the past 3 months, there were 5 releases, and each of them had different types of data. It included the videos, images, and by the way, all of the videos that we've seen that were publicly released, we cannot really tell if the objects are human-made or not, because they don't tell us the distance to the objects. We can't figure out how fast they're moving. But I think they have much more information, and they are releasing it as unidentified objects or UAP because these objects behave in ways that they cannot explain in terms of all the known weapons that are being used by the military and other militaries. Anyway, in the latest batch that was released just a few days ago, there were several reports about very strange phenomena. For example, there were 2 pilots that over Afghanistan noticed a black triangle that is roughly 150 meters or 500 feet in size. The bigger, twice the size of a football field.
Yeah, it's huge.
It was hovering over them and moving very slowly. And there is no aircraft that is human-made that big. So that was surprising. There was a report about very reliable FBI agents were talking about an encounter with unidentified anomalous phenomena. And then after that, the analog clock that one of them had progressed 25 minutes ahead of the digital clocks that were in the car or on the cell phone. And so that's very strange, difficult to explain. In addition, there was an unusual event that involved orbs. These are objects that cannot be figured out. It looks like the US government is engaged with figuring out these orbs because they see them in many places. And they are being reported by very reliable sources. And one way to figure it out is to shoot them.
Yeah. That's what I would do. That'd be my first thought.
If you're able to bring them down, it will remove all kinds of hypotheses that these represent technologies or physics that we don't know about. We can bring it down so we can then examine the materials and so forth.
The information that's being released is information that the government is like, we don't know what this is. Because if it was, a man-made item, we would be just we would look pretty stupid. We're like showing them Chinese spies and being like, we would all be dead by now. So
I mean, it would show that they're incompetent.
Right. So the fact that they are releasing this does indicate that they really don't know what it is.
Well, more importantly, the fact that they asked me as a scientist to advise the government, that includes the FBI, the Director of National Intelligence, the Pentagon, the White House. The fact that they come to me as a scientist and say, we would appreciate your advice, is telling, because if they were absolutely sure that this is human-made, they would write a classified memo to the Secretary of War, and that would be it. The Pentagon obviously would prefer not to expose a vulnerability.
Why do you think the government is coming forward now versus previous times? Is it just the society's ready for it? There's just an incredible amount of interest around it. We have the technology.
I think, the current administration, the Trump administration, is making an effort to disclose federal secrets, what used to be related, let's say, to the Kennedy assassination, to other federal secrets. And so this is considered
on the list
one of them. And there is there is a sentiment within the public of mistrusting the government, the establishment. And so the attempt here is to open up this box that was sealed for so many decades and see what there is inside. At any event, this could open the floodgates in terms of
more
information flowing within government.
I had a question for you. So you've spent your whole life researching these things, talking about them. Do you ever get jealous when you hear eyewitness reports of seeing aliens and you're like, I should have been the one who gets to see that. I'm the one who knows the most about it.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, what the hell? That's not fair.
I'm not jealous because they might be
dangerous.
I don't know if they're telling the truth. So if someone tells you, I have a girlfriend that is amazing. She's brilliant, beautiful, everything you can think of.
She doesn't have an Instagram, though. Yeah, you can't look her up.
You have to see the evidence before you become jealous, right?
True.
You can't just believe. So the point is, of course, if I see the evidence and it's beyond any reasonable doubt, I would salute these people and say we are now in a new
I think it's
in the evolution of humanity.
I think it's hard because a lot of these things are like people testimony saying it. We don't have the physical evidence, but there's not going to be the physical evidence until there's the physical evidence.
One way or another, my hope is that within the coming years, we will know.
I love it. Okay, a couple of questions for you before we let you go. So there's been a lot of Hollywood depictions of aliens lately, especially this year. There were 2 movies out this year, Project Hail Mary and Disclosure Day. Which of those do you think is the more accurate's the wrong word because there's been no aliens yet, but which of those do you think feels more scientific, more accurate?
Yeah, I don't like science fiction, to tell you the truth, because for example, in Project Hail Mary, there are lots of things that violate the laws of physics, don't make sense at all. I cannot enjoy it.
Right.
I mean, it's nice as a form of art. I'm a physicist. I'm in love with the reality, not with ideas that are fictitious. And the one signature of true love is that whoever you are in love with, you really appreciate their faults as well. And that's my relationship to the physical reality. I want to know what it is. It's under no contract to make me happy. We might not be at the top of the food chain, cosmologically speaking. I'm not trying to enjoy the experience. I'm just trying to figure out. I'm in love with whatever reality we have. I want to know about it as much as possible. And in particular, are we alone? Do we have a neighbor? And whatever is out there is important for us to know because then we can adapt to it. And that's what I'm in love with. I'm not in love with ideas, with imagination, with hallucinations. I don't think that if they're visiting, that it's because of us.
Yeah.
Let's imagine chimpanzees in the jungle. Okay, they see airplanes, aircraft in the sky, and just imagine an alpha male who is the leader of the community of chimpanzees.
LeBron saying, James for us.
We can go to another terrain out there. And everyone, all the chimpanzees see that as an amazing vision. That's like Elon Musk saying, let's go to Mars instead of staying on Earth. And everyone says, oh, that's a very ambitious, space project, given that there is this backdrop of all people on Earth focused on down-to-earth issues.
Right.
So he says, let's go to Mars. That's amazing. It's actually not amazing in the big scheme of things because, what counts as an accomplishment in the Milky Way galaxy is making interstellar travel between stars. Yeah. So if we discover evidence that someone else made the trip from another star to the sun, to the vicinity of Earth, that would change our perspective. And it's just like the group of chimpanzees finding, let's say, the crash site of an airplane. Once they see the airplane in their jungle crash, it will tell them that there is a whole new world beyond the reality that they live in where things are very different. And for us to find the crash site of alien technology would be a similar experience. Suddenly we'll realize, Elon Musk's ambition is nothing compared to what was accomplished by these guys.
So what do you think is the most likely scenario for extraterrestrial life? I know it's impossible to say one way or the other, but what feels to you like the most likely?
To me, it sounds like there would be some gadgets that would either come close to Earth and maneuver in ways that we cannot explain in terms of a rock or an iceberg. These are interstellar objects. or they would be a mothership that releases a smaller craft that hone on Earth, just come to Earth and start. Now, the question is, what is their intent?
Right.
And that we will have to find out. I mean, we cannot figure it out in advance. Also, I don't know how the senders looked like.
Right.
By the way, the senders may be dead by now.
Yeah.
It's these gadgets
Billions
that
of
arrive
years
to
ago,
us.
yeah.
They may have artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were to meet an alien, what's the first thing you would say?
Oh, I would like to. Well, first we probably don't have a language,
True.
a common
But
language.
assuming you did.
The only way that the language is developed is by a common experience. So it will take a while for us to develop a common language. But once we have, I would like to know what happened before the Big Bang. What is our origin story, whether they know about it. The next thing, of course, is where is the nearest hub where I can meet more extraterrestrials.
You want to go hang out with the other guys. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's the move. And you would just bail on us at Earth?
Oh, yeah. I would
leave in a sec. You leave your wife behind?
About a decade ago, I asked my wife, if a spacecraft lands in our backyard, is it okay if I join them? And she said, yeah, just make sure that you leave the car keys with me. But actually, most recently, she said she will join me because she's very frustrated with reading the news every day.
Got it.
So she's willing to live with me. I have no hesitation whatsoever. I think, there is a lot of room for improvement as to what you see in day-to-day politics on Earth. And after
could be even worse.
Living through that for so many decades, I just gave up. I say, okay, let this group of advanced monkeys fight among themselves, and let's just go somewhere else where there might be a higher intelligence.
That sounds kind of nice. All right, so there's no Hollywood movies that you think are even close to being accurate. No Lilo and Stitch is not accurate. Not Disclosure Day. Not Project Hail Mary.
Oh, Arrival.
Arrival, yes, and Arrival's pretty good with the language thing and
yeah, exactly, because it addresses a very important question of how to communicate.
All right, one final question before we let you go. Ukrainian scientists were saying this week, that they said there's a UFO base on the moon. There's been a lot of stuff going on with the moon. Elon's rocket hit it a couple days ago. We visited. Right. Is there a UFO base on the moon?
Very unlikely. I mean, the claim was based on a 6-inch telescope used by Ukrainian astronomers. Okay. And the problem is, lots of things fly overhead, above the telescope. There are disturbances in the atmosphere, turbulence. You need at least 2 telescopes to look at the object and triangulate, figure out that you're seeing an object very far away. That was not done. So that's elementary. And also we know that the Artemis 2 astronauts took thousands of images just a few months ago. And
they didn't see anything. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think they would have seen it.
And moreover, there is the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, which is a NASA mission that it collected a huge amount of data about the moon. There is nothing there.
Yeah. So do you think as a society we should be working on sending messages out or working on trying to find the messages that are being sent to us?
I think if you are going on a blind date, the best thing to do is listen to your dating partner. The mistake that a lot of people say is, they are so proud of themselves that they speak and they don't figure out who the dating partner is. I think in any situation where we are confronted with another civilization, we should be humble and be willing to learn from them rather than telling them how great we are.
So the Avatar aliens, they're not real, even though some of them are pretty hot?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't imagine them this way. In fact, there was a sculptor, one of the most accomplished in the U.S., called Greg Wyatt, and he gave me the foundation for a bronze sculpture, and I decided to make out of it a sculpture that is called the alien. So I tried to imagine what an alien would look like. Okay. So I tried to make a body that is far better than the human body.
Okay.
One thing that I'm often missing is a third eye.
Interesting.
Behind, so I can look
behind.
Backwards.
All right.
I don't know why we don't have a third eye.
That's a mistake.
It would have been so
That's
good.
a mistake.
Against predators, it would have saved us from a lot of
the human body is not built to travel through space, right? We would die the second.
But even
we're not even built to survive Earth. Yeah.
Even on Earth, you would think that animals with 3 eyes would survive better than 2 eyes, but it must be related to data processing. Our brain would have gotten so much data from 3 eyes.
Yeah, it's like you don't need all that stuff behind you. You got to look forward, right, instead of behind. I like that. Right. Any other stuff coming out from the Pentagon that we should be keeping an eye out for, that you're working on?
All I can say is the best is yet to come. And I will try to do my best to advance our knowledge on this subject. So stay tuned. I'll be glad to speak with you again when we know.
I would love that. Where can people follow you, and where can they check out some of your stuff?
Every day or two, I post an essay on medium.com. Yep. And you can subscribe to it. It's free. That's the best way to keep in touch.
And the best is yet to come. We're going to see those Na'vi avatars. The sexy aliens are coming out soon. So I can't believe he said yes still. That was unbelievable.
I know. That's really cool. He knows all of the government secrets.
He knows all the government secrets.
Everything about aliens.
Very generous with his time to join us.
Super.
I think, so one of the reasons I was not hesitant to have him on, but he's working for the government and he's getting information that the government is letting him have.
Yeah.
And I think if you are a conspiracist, if you're into government conspiracies, you would basically say, like, the government's not going to let any information be released that they don't want to be released.
Right.
So if they are hiding alien information, we just would never know. And that's one way to go through life, by the way. Like, it could be true, but like, this is kind of the information we're getting. This is a guy who works at Harvard, and he's kind of explaining that there are things that the government has found that they can't explain as man-made, like these crafts. And it's like, it's not China. So I thought it was really interesting, his theory about the chimps looking up at a spaceship.
Yeah.
That has long been my theory about human evolution and into the ocean. Did I explain this to you?
No.
I have a theory, right, that humans evolved, like humans are amphibious, right? That's kind of been a thing. Like, that's why our fingers get pruny. I think some of the humans evolved to live on the land and some just went deeper into the ocean, and that's like mermaids and shit. And they now live at the bottom of the ocean. There's like 90% is unexplored of the ocean.
Right.
And like when they see a submarine, that's the equivalent of like a chimp seeing like a UFO. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or us seeing a UFO, a chimp seeing an airplane.
Like, they don't really know about humans living on the Earth. Anyways, that's what I think.
That'd be kind of cool.
That'd be cool.
And kind of scary.
What I think the most realistic thing, though, like with aliens, is like we're so insignificant to them that like they're kind of just checking on our planets.
Right.
And like I think we just might not even be able to comprehend the aircrafts that are coming and aliens in general. Like, we're only seeing in 4 dimensions right now.
Yeah.
They're in 5, 6, 7 dimensions. I really do think that aliens live among us.
You really think so?
I don't really think so, but it would be kind of crazy. If aliens, like, this is the thing with aliens, it's like, it's never in the movies, like he says, where,
like, I'm dead that he was like passengers. Is actually the most accurate one. Like,
no, not Passengers, Arrival.
Oh, Arrival.
Passengers, is that the one where he like wakes up Jennifer Lawrence?
I don't know, I've never seen any of them.
No, Arrival is pretty realistic because the Chris Pratt movie with Jennifer Lawrence. Arrival is considered the most realistic one because like it dives into how we would communicate with aliens.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's with Amy Adams. I do think if aliens come, like, it's not going to be like in the movies where it's like obvious and they have something to say. It's just going to like be part of our life that quickly gets accepted. Like, I think it's not going to be this like, it's going to be crazy at first, but people are just going to get used to it right away. Anyways, thank you for joining us, Professor Loeb. He offered to come back on. He said there's new information coming that will be the biggest reveal yet.
Yeah, like
I was like, tell us, bro. So thank you for joining us.
He also has a Netflix documentary coming out shortly.
So check that out as well.
Yes.
All right, so we heard from a Harvard professor. Now let's talk to a group of people that are just as smart, if not even smarter. The people in the Friday Beers office. Let's kick it away. If the aliens came, who in the office do you think should be the first person to meet them?
Joe P, because he would scare them away.
True, he scares me away.
Yeah.
Probably Grubs. I feel like he'd figure out their language somehow.
Yeah, you would get your ass kicked.
I'd get destroyed by them
with a broken nose.
Yeah.
I'd go with Mods just to try to scare him off.
John Bastian, because then they'd just leave.
Smart.
I feel like Bastian, because he's just most like them.
Yeah.
He could probably speak their language.
Yeah.
That's also ruling out that there's possibly already an alien among us. One of them might be going, I'm coming home.
Who do you think would be an alien? Besides yourself, yeah.
I could see Sam Brown being an alien.
I could see that too.
I'm sending Mike.
He's a lover.
I saw that coming. Thank you.
Mike speaks Chinese. He's a linguist. I think he speaks Spanish as well, and some Japanese. So
Wow.
A third of the people on Earth speak Chinese.
Yeah.
It's possible that these aliens speak Chinese. Ni hao.
Of course.
我叫 Mike. 我是一个美国人，我来自美国。
Kevin, if the aliens came, who in this office would be the best person to meet them?
I'd like to see Mike meet them first, personally.
It's a popular answer.
There's a swagger about him.
Kind of like a Chinese swagger.
If Mike meets them and fully speaks Mandarin the entire time, if they are hostile, that could potentially destabilize them enough to give us a bit of an advantage. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Who from this office would be the best person to send to meet them?
Me.
You. Yeah. No explanation needed. Yeah.
Strider Wilson.
Yeah. He would put them at ease.
They would be smitten by him.
These people are dumb.
Yeah. These people are sick.
Yeah.
And who do you think from the office should meet the aliens?
Meet the aliens?
Yeah.
I'm going to get behind the Strider answer.
I was going to say, I think the Strider answer is...
Strider is like charming and just like nice. They
nice
might
and
just
chill.
like him.
They might just vibe with him.
They might just vibe with him.
vibe with him.
Everybody, like, I don't think anybody doesn't like
by the way.
Strider.
Strider, we miss you. Strider had his baby, and he's going to be back soon, so don't worry about Strider, okay?
Yeah.
Also,
Who would you
Alex
send?
Edge, who we mention every episode just to see if he's listening, and he has not reached out
Has
to us
not
yet.
mentioned it once. So
I think Strider's the only answer that exists.
I agree.
I also do think Rusty would be kind of funny. How do you think you would do with the alien?
Oh, awful.
Yeah.
I would like scream, cry. Like I wouldn't want to be I don't want to be the
You
representative.
would get really nervous.
Yeah.
I would be fine. I wouldn't give a fuck, dude.
But
I
you'd
would
be like,
"Yo, what's
oh
up?"
my God. Huh?
I'm sorry, I'm such a huge fan. I never do this. I'm such a fan. And by the way, I do think Mike would be a good person. The fact that he speaks all those languages
Yeah, and he is also pretty calm.
and he's got a mustache.
That helps a
He's
lot.
got a great mustache. All right, let's kick it over to our conversation with Rusty Featherstone, who is the man. We're talking about a topic today that I think we've discussed in previous episodes. We've talked to you so many different times. We're talking about UFOs and aliens. This week.
Let's do it, buddy.
So there was a new study that came out from the Pentagon. They've been releasing these UAP files.
And
that
of
have
course,
been
UAPs, I'm familiar, but just for these.
They are UFOs, but like they could be any object. From
Unidentified projectile.
Ass penises. Yeah. Unasked penis.
Unidentified ass penises.
They're
like,
so actually,
these things are just...
Dude, we actually might have had our biggest guest ever today. We had this guy on who's a Harvard astronomer.
Whoa.
Who's actually the head of the White House rollout of the UAPs right now.
What?
I'm like, why did he agree to do this? I don't know. He was the man.
I think he's probably just trying to get it. Something bad's about to come out, and he's trying to get out in front of it.
That would be great, because we could be the most recent person.
So what did he tell you?
Him. He basically was saying that
The world is going to end shortly, and we have a lot to worry about.
no.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually?
No. He basically said,
Easy.
you cannot. You can yell at her.
Sorry,
Feels
Lala.
good, right?
Continue.
Get it off your chest.
Yeah.
Continue.
Well, he basically was saying like anything that the government would publicly release. And he's saying if the government were to release this, it's not like Russian technology because it'd
It's
be
not
embarrassing.
Russian. We know who's doing it.
It's not Chinese though.
It's the Chinese.
Okay, that's
They
racist.
are light year. It's racist against us.
but
I'm saying we are so far behind the Chinese.
Yeah.
That
Maybe he's psyoping us, but he did say like we would be too embarrassed to release it if we thought there was a chance it was the Chinese, the government.
Got it. Wait, so what's come out?
So this is what came out in this was the 5th dump that they've had. So a lot of it is eyewitness reports. Actually, go to the website.
I like that the
It's
White House is
war.gov.
doing like summer dumps.
Yeah. Carousel.
It has like a Phoebe Bridgers song.
Well, the algorithm
to it.
is favoring carousels.
Yeah,
lately,
that's
so
true.
It's huge for dumps.
This is true.
Basically, the most recent release was a lot of eyewitness reports from like guys in the army who saw one of the things they said was like a black triangle about 500 feet in the sky that was blocking out the stars.
Okay.
Kind of crazy. Pilots saying that. They also
How big was it to block out the stars?
It's like twice the size of like
Manhattan.
2 football fields. Yeah.
Holy
Manhattan.
shit.
I mean, it's not that big. Dude, that's like my friend's dad.
How big is Manhattan? Manhattan can't be bigger than 400 yards.
Like, it's like my friend's dad. Whenever you're like, guess how long it took me? He's like
400 years.
Yeah, and you're like, all right, you just fucking ruined.
Guess how much I got this shirt for? $1 million.
It's like,
okay, no.
All right, you actually are a nightmare to talk to. But
This is it.
yeah, that's like the artist's recreation of it. And they have all these things with like, which I'm like, okay, scary. There's also like, they were reading their monitors and the digital clock went forward 20 minutes while the analog clock stayed behind 20 minutes. Like there was like weird stuff. And there was a lot of orbs flying around.
Why now? Why are they interested in us now? Because surely if there are aliens that have that stuff, then they would be here. They would have been here for...
Yeah.
We'd be seeing them fucking forever.
I think so. Basically, it's like things take so long to get across the universe that, like, assuming these are real and not like things that transcend the rules of physics, which is also always a possibility.
Okay.
But like they would have sent these years ago, and we just are now accumulating enough information with like what we were able to read on them that we're like finding out about them.
So they're saying these pilots are were they pilots or were they on the ground?
Pilots. And there's a lot of like army pilots that see weird shit
all the time.
All the time.
And they said this is like not news to them.
Yeah,
right?
but
they're like
they
we
could just
see
be
like
on...
shit all the time.
Yeah.
I will say
I wouldn't necessarily trust every army guy I've ever spoken to in my entire life, though. You know, like,
yeah. I mean, they are. I mean,
they're crayon eaters a lot of the time.
So
so it's like, are you on meth or are you? Yeah.
So here's the question. Here's my question for you. They're flying. They're pilots, and then there's a black triangle that blocks out the stars, or they can see that it's a craft.
The general result is like, we don't know what this stuff is, and it doesn't seem to be human.
I mean,
so like
the good news is if they wanted to like evaporate us, they probably would have done it by now.
That is the good thing. I think like one thing he was saying is like, think about like a chimp, like on the earth, and they see like an airplane, and,
right?
And they're like, oh my god, like why? Like we're the leaders. Let's go to the airplane and meet them. Or like who should be the leader when they come to talk to us? We just never even give a fuck
the
about that.
airplane isn't like for them, but they see the airplane.
Yeah, we could be like an uncontacted tribe to them. You know,
exactly.
We're like we just gotta we start shooting bow and arrows at it.
Literally, we're gonna start shooting them down.
I watched the Odyssey this weekend, and I saw there was a line in there that kind of applies to our situation where they hear the Cyclops talk.
Okay.
And he's like, they're like, why didn't he say anything before? And he just goes, do you talk to ants?
Yeah.
You know
it's
what I
true.
mean? Like,
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. Like we don't fully matter.
But also, I'm worried that they still, I mean, if they turn they could just fuck with us. If we don't matter to them, then they could also just explode us.
Should we just hide until they just fucking kill us?
I don't think there's anywhere to hide. If they have one of those bad boys, they probably know what I'm thinking right now.
Yeah.
That's probably
if they want to.
That's probably why they've already left.
They're just like
they flew over LA, they honed it on my brain, and
they were like jacking off
he
a lot.
is the dumbest. This is the or they go into my brain and there's just nothing. It's just static.
Yeah, there's no sign of intelligent life.
Let's get out of here, man.
Listen to the Playdate podcast.
I mean, the smartest guy on our planet is probably like they'd probably like put him down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like they'd put him in
like
a home.
Yeah,
exactly. He would be in a special program at school.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And he would get government money.
They'd give
for the
him
rest
like
of his
blocks
life.
to play with.
Yeah. My thing, but a lot of times with the government stuff is like, part of me believes like there's just conspiracies where they have information that they're not giving us, and like this is just a way for us to like give us a little bit of information.
Okay. I agree. I think that in the same way we're so much dumber than the guys that are working on this, that the guys that are working on it are just dangling a carrot in front of us.
Yeah.
Small, tiny little things.
Yeah.
This is probably the least scary thing they could show us.
Yeah.
Because the real shit would freak us out. Here's my thing. If an alien race decides to explode Earth, I'm fine with that, because right now, every time I open my phone, it's an AI expert being like, best case scenario is that we're a human zoo in 10 years. So I'm like, I'd rather have the fucking alien
100%.
thing.
And it would be interesting. It would be a nice change of pace. You know what I do think is I think there's probably aliens that live among us and are just running shit among us.
Venting.
Write that down.
No, you're probably, I don't know.
Like, there's a lot of people that I'm like, you do not behave like a human being, sir.
Who do you think? Who in the office do you think would be an alien if they like?
Probably Tanner. Love the guy.
Yeah, I saw him morph into a sphere one time. Like every time we go to the park. Every time we go to the parking lot, I get into my Jeep. He gets into his flying saucer.
If you ever hear at like 4 a.m., he's just like staring
suspended from the ceiling.
The sky.
One time he
snapped.
He snapped, and I watched him disappear. That was pretty shocking.
So those were initial signs, but I can't.
Yeah.
One of my friends, I'm like, you just don't behave like a person, dude. Like, he was telling me, he like was visiting me, and he looked at my grocery list on the fridge. He's like, oh, that's cool.
He looked at my grocery list and he goes, human food.
Yes,
this is what they're
eating. And he was like, that's so interesting. Like, that's not how I do my grocery list. And I was like, how do you do it? And he said he draws a map of the grocery store and writes down in each section where, like, he's like eggs, milk, thing. And I'm like,
he shows you his grocery list, and it's just it's in like hieroglyphics.
Right. Oh crap! I forgot to.
The map, drawing a map thing. I think your friend might have a little thing called Asperger's.
Yeah,
but I think that
he's a great guy, and I'm like, that actually is more helpful because when you're going through the grocery store and you're like, now I have to look through the whole list to be like, oh, did I want this section? But you can't.
That feels the way
logistically, dude.
The way your friend is doing it feels like the way a dumb guy thinks a smart guy grocery shops. It's like. Yeah, we can all do that. It just takes. I'm not taking an extra 45 minutes. I know how to walk through the grocery store and get what I need to eat.
I have 12 things on my list.
Yeah, it's not. We're making this like rocket science for some reason.
Also, something that I saw that made me think these people are not human people is like people that are too into fictional worlds, for example. So there was this Harry Potter thing, which I don't know if you saw.
Oh, God.
It's crazy. Harry Potter fans forced a $430 million sea cable to be relocated in order to avoid the grave of Dobby on a Welsh beach. So there's a grave. Dobby
trust
grave.
Me, I'm familiar where Dobby's grave is.
Like they were
have any
protesting.
power?
I don't know. That's I'm like,
And
how do you not just go there as a local and just destroy the entire fucking thing?
Knock it down.
They protected Dobby's grave from a power cable.
And the internet company listened to them?
I guess that's a great question.
I would, if I was Spectrum or whoever was doing this, I would try and get in contact with that alien craft and go, can you evaporate this with a laser beam? And just maybe build kind of a trend. Listen, as big of a Harry Potter fan as it gets. And I'd like that his grave is there, and I think that the power cable company should not be able to knock stuff down. But it's not like it's like a landmark. It's like a man-made thing,
right? And like, why is that the grave? Because they live in Hogwarts world. Like, why are we saying that's the grave?
Was that where they filmed?
Maybe they filmed it
where they filmed it.
But like, you understand that these are not real people doing real. Like, this is where I'm always like, actually, in canon, that's actually not accurate. It's like it is a made up world.
You made it up.
Like, it's not.
That was someone just pointed out that. House of the Dragon no. It was a stand-up comedian going, like people get upset when there's like all this rape and incest in Game of Thrones, and it's like, well, it has to be historically accurate to the fictional world that he made up. Like, people are like, this is what happened, and it was like this never existed.
Yeah, sorry, the ancient times were a little more brutal than you thought. Like same thing with the Odyssey, where they're like, well, I guess the Odyssey is set in a time period, but like when he throws the dog out, and they're like, you don't want historical accuracy. It's like it did not happen.
He made it up.
Like
there has to be incest in the world he made up.
Right.
That's funny.
But by the way, are there any people that you think are walking around the world that are aliens?
It's a great question. I think most
Reddit users.
Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro.
Willie and I were just talking about this. Ben Shapiro said if the woman you're hooking up with gets wet, there's something wrong with her vagina.
I think talking about wet ass pussies. That's the WAP song. He was like
that. I think is kind of alien behavior. I think that if I was an alien, that would be a woman getting wet would be a hard concept for me to wrap my head around.
Right. Like, why do they need pleasure from this act?
Or why does it need to be?
Why
do they need to touch each other to have sex? like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's just
right. It doesn't like actually,
barbaric that it needs to get wet. So Ben Shapiro, maybe.
I feel like billionaires in general, like Zuckerberg, and it's like you are just so good at winning this one thing of like the most money in this thing, but you're terrible at everything else, and you don't understand how people work.
What about like Uber drivers, just as a concept? Like I'll get in an Uber, and it feels like it's his first day on Earth.
Yeah.
I was in an Uber and a guy was watching The Middle on an on an iPad that was mounted to his car.
That's
and like
epic.
Looking at it more than he was looking at the road.
That's so funny. I remember I took an Uber and he was like, sorry, the radio doesn't work, but if you don't mind, I can play the Temptations movie and skip to the scenes where they're playing their songs. And that's what he did.
Alien.
And it was
an alien guy.
Like, that doesn't seem like the solution. Like he had like a portable DVD player. It was like, that can't be the solution in 2025.
It cannot be.
I want to go through, these are a list of like the alleged extraterrestrial beings, because one of the hardest parts with like UFO sightings is like, because there's no like actual proof, you just have to take everyone's word at it in a similar way. The same way with like with Twitter, a random person can say something and get 1 million views like a scientist. Like everyone has the same value in what they say. I want to go through the list of alleged extraterrestrial beings. Click number 1. This is a Flatwoods monster. Go ahead and look at it. This was cited in the...
Pause for just one second.
That's a different one.
Pause for just one moment here. You said Flatwoods monster like that was a region that I should be familiar with.
Of course, this is the
that's clearly
monster.
Clearly, a guy not.
This is in West Virginia, which maybe.
Are they? Can you just fill me in here? Is this a rendering of it? Or
this is an artist, a 3D model depicting the monster's appearance.
It's not in PNG form.
Yeah, and then on the bottom right, you're looking at scale. Yeah, so it's about 3 times the size of a human. It looks like a bishop in chess with like some head with like
yeah.
So that's what people in West Virginia see all the time, and a lot of people say it's probably a barn owl perched in a tree, which I actually might agree with.
17-foot barn owl.
So you're a believer.
I would say my knee jerk says no on that one, but I think I might need a better rendering of it.
Yeah, go to the Loveland Frog. Okay. This is the Loveland Frog in Loveland, Ohio. An artist impression of the frog is a 4-foot tall frog.
Can I say something? If it's waist high, my gut says regular frog guy with horrible depth perception.
Yeah,
it was just
and there's nothing interesting about it besides it's just like twice, I guess 4. How big is an actual frog? I mean, 100 times the size of a normal frog,
they can
right?
Get big for sure, but they can't. I don't think they can get that big.
Okay, so this was a reported sighting in 2016, and then when this was reported, an officer called the news station to report that he had shot and killed the same creature some weeks after 1972.
Wait, a guy was like,
"There's like, oh yeah, I've seen that before." I mean, again, this is people calling into the local radio. And he didn't bring it into
like the
right.
The
like, where's the
game?
police report, bro? Fuck that.
I like that one. I'm in on that one.
All right. Grays are the ones. Now, these are the ones that are most typical. Not most typical, but when you think of an alien, this is kind of what some people think of. Have you heard of the Roswell incident? This is a rancher in New Mexico. There have been like multiple things, and like the government, he saw a flying saucer and an alien come out. The government said he had it, whatever. This is what the alien looks like. To me, this is a normal alien.
It would be the funniest thing in the world if you were the guy that finally saw an alien in person and it looked like every cartoon artist had just nailed it for years.
Right, 100%.
That would be so. They show up.
Like,
they show up and they're like, "How the fuck did you guys? You guys nailed it."
It's like a sketch artist. Like a police sketch. Like, how did you guys do that?
You guys, I'm honest. Yeah, they love humans. They're like, you guys. I just want to appreciate how you guys came really fucking close.
Yeah, I don't know what skill that is, but you guys got it.
How did we land on them looking that way?
It's so interesting because it's like these are 3 different incidents that describe an alien that looks like that. Now, I'm not sure if it's like they've been like someone's like, oh yeah, I saw that too, or if they're all separately describing the same looking alien.
Yeah,
it's interesting because like it looks like a human being just like slightly off.
The funny thing is like, what if on their planet like alien characters, like they only saw like Chinese guys or white guys or black guys. So like they think that all aliens look like that. And then like they get here and they're like, why are all your drawings look like this hyper specific region of our planet? Like those are their like Hispanic people.
Exactly.
Why are they all
Mexican? Yeah, like why? What, these aren't the aliens I'm used to. That is funny. Like
those are
these are like a specific type of alien from one solar system.
Yeah, they're like that.
These are our mongoloids. Little green men. Little green men is like this is like you're not even trying when you like are describing
that would be the funniest thing of all time. They show up green and in a spacesuit. Like, oh, perfect.
This is unreal.
Oh my god. That guy was in my fraternity, actually.
Good guy.
He was. They all have schnauzers for some reason.
He works at
or they land here. They're like, you guys have schnauzers too.
What the hell?
What are the odds of that?
The final one though, Nordic aliens, which is like, look up Nordic aliens. It is funny that they're called like Nordic, which is a region I keep wanting to say America, like on Earth.
Did they see them in like Sweden?
No, but like they're saying they are blue skinned and they look like Nordic people essentially.
They look like Swedes.
To me, that's what Swede looks like.
Yeah, they talk like Swedes too.
Yeah.
Oh, you play hockey too? They all. Yeah.
So some people think Bigfoot is an alien as well. Vegetable Man is another one that we have to deal with.
You don't call them that anymore.
I've always thought though, like, if you did see an alien, it would be so frustrating because no one would believe you.
Now you're a nut job.
And you're describing Vegetable Man, and they're like, I mean, what if that's what they look like?
It is funny though, because if you like, I'm not a good artist.
No.
So if I saw an alien, my sketch would look worse than that.
Right? They're like, can you draw it?
Oh, for sure, dude.
Oh,
I'm like,
really?
It's obviously not 1-to-1.
Oh, he has 8 fingers. It's like, no, I actually just
like
forgot
if I saw
to draw
like
10.
if someone asked me to draw Izzy, I wouldn't be able to draw what Izzy looks like. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't mean it.
Right.
It doesn't mean she's not real.
An alien.
I think if I saw one, I'd just keep it to myself.
I don't think I could keep it to myself.
I mean, I'd tell like my boys, but I'm not going to be on like fucking the news.
I know. It would be like, it would fundamentally change me as a person. Because like that's a huge earth-shattering secret that you could either tell and no one believes you.
Would you try and have sex with it?
If I would, obviously.
I think if there was an alien,
First thing you do, you gotta fuck it.
That's how you get proof.
You know.
Like your son is just gray and slimy.
Yeah.
Like, how else would I would have?
Kind of the plot.
How else would I have done it?
Yeah. If they won't have sex with me, that means they are an alien. Because any human being would say yes. You know.
I'll believe you if you're an alien.
No, I feel like if my wife told me she saw an alien and she sincerely was saying she saw it, I would either have to believe her and live in that universe or think she's fucking insane and I don't know what her deal is. I think I would believe that she thought she did.
Yeah. You know what's funny? Like, so my grandmother went to my grandfather when my dad was probably like 18. So like they were like still like youngish parents. And she said, I saw a panther in our backyard today. And we lived in Maine. It was not known that there were panthers there at the time. And no one believed her. And they all were like, she's fucking crazy. And that was about an animal that exists. And she got proven right like 20 years later.
Wait, actually, that would be so satisfying.
She got proven right like multiple years later. And that was about an animal that not only was like within hundreds of miles of our house, but totally existed.
A fairly common animal. That's pretty funny.
If your wife,
there goes the woman that says there's a panther.
They literally were like Grammy is nuts. They were like, she's a fucking crazy.
We're gonna have to put her in a home. She's saying she saw one of the top 5 most common animals in the region.
If your wife came home and said she saw an alien, I think it's probably grounds for divorce.
Yeah, I'd have to. Yeah.
Or like put her.
I'd believe her, but I would emotionally start checking out. Yeah.
I'd believe her. I would just start.
But I'd
kind of going out alone. I'd start going on Hinge dates.
Going out with the Friday Beers guys this weekend. I hope you don't mind. Before we get into some of our segments at the end, who do you think should be someone that would greet the aliens if we had a choice?
They said take me to your leader. Who in the office would you
Yeah, in the office.
Want to give a good first impression to them.
I don't think there's anyone here that would impress them, but I think in the world, I would probably. I don't think it would be someone in the office. I think I'd probably nominate myself for selfish reasons. I'd want to go do it. I think like Trump would be hilarious. Yeah. I also think it would just be it would give them a good idea of what they're getting themselves into. Like,
right, because
he's gonna spearhead the relationship with them. So it's like,
yeah,
let's take him and be like, listen. Or I'd show him like.
It's also like, by the way, we did select this as the leader of the biggest country in the world. So I mean, in certain,
I would hand him my phone. I would hand him my phone on Reels #Trump. And let them just see if he's a guy they want to meet. And if
that's an interesting idea, is like, well, I would just give them my phone and let them scroll for an hour and say like,
let me know,
are you down to
anyone
stay?
Catch your eye?
Yeah, I could DM them.
I'd give him. I'd
have a blue check,
I'd make a Hinge profile for him, and just have him kind of scroll through.
I feel
maybe
like
meet a lady for drinks or something.
The Rizzler would be kind of a fun one. They would just
but like the Rizzler, they would be like, this guy is delightful.
Yeah,
I don't know if this. Yeah, he seems kind of.
He's
young.
sort of like their Punch the Monkey. Like it's like their zoo animal. That's like a fun little baby.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be a scientist, probably.
Yeah,
like all jokes aside.
My thing is though, like a scientist might just be so far behind them with knowledge that it wouldn't even matter.
But we are too.
That's what I'm saying though. Is like
fun, like a good.
Is like they know 1% of what the aliens know, so it doesn't even like really matter anyway.
Yeah, their knowledge isn't useful. It's more of like who's going to be a good vibe.
Who would you send? Like Bryce from Love Island? USA?
Oh, I'd send Bryce Hall.
Bryce, duh, and Josh Richards. Of course.
Josh Richards. I would send
those twins that kiss each other, the brothers, the Island Boys.
I'd send to the Island Boys. The Island Boys honestly probably look closest
the Island Boys look like the Vegetable Man.
They look closest to an alien.
Yeah.
So maybe the Island Boys just try and assimilate.
Yeah. I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of the obvious answer.
I'd be like, this is kind of what we're working with.
Right.
On the bottom end of the spectrum.
Not because it's the best of us. It's because they have a platform.
I want you to know what you're getting yourself into.
These are people that get attention.
These are if you go south of Orlando, this is kind of what you're dealing with. So
south of Orlando, yeah, I think that's pretty fair.
Maybe Wemby.
Wemby would be interesting.
He could see eye to eye with them. If
Physically, he's very powerful.
Michael Phelps.
People always say Michael Phelps. All right, we are going to do here's a quick segment.
Doesn't it?
This is going to be. Is this? What did you say?
Nothing.
Did you say doesn't it? She did say doesn't it, right?
Doesn't it?
Izzy's going to read us a quote.
Okay.
And you have to tell us. We both have to say, because I haven't looked at it, if it's an RFK Jr. quote or a quote from an alien sighting.
It's okay.
Okay.
I will say I think I'm pretty well read on RFK.
Well, you caught up on your literature.
I would hope I can.
I think that's our next big get.
RFK.
Yeah.
He would love this pod, dude.
He really would.
He would love
because we don't check anything. There's no facts behind it.
Leave your computer at the door. All right, hit me.
Okay, the first one is the full cycle of the lights would range from 10 seconds to 1 minute.
Feels like an alien
Gotta be
sighting.
alien sighting. Surely.
The alien was 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
I wonder what it was.
I'm gonna go alien sighting there.
Was it alien sighting? Oh, let's go.
Okay.
1 for 1.
Okay. Every time we accelerated on the highway, juice would pour into the windows of the car.
RFK, I believe that's when
talking about
that's when the bear was on the roof.
Was that the bear when he like chopped up a whale with
it's the whale thing. When he
Can you read that quote again though?
Yeah, it's every time we accelerated on the highway, juice would pour into the windows of the car.
Okay.
It was the rankest thing on the planet.
It was the rankest thing on the planet.
Gotta be RFK.
Gotta be RFK.
Full quote. That is RFK, yes.
Yep.
The next one is the lights were white in color. Would start out as dim and get brighter before they eventually faded out.
Alien.
Gotta be aliens. The next one is I am RFK Jr. This is my story.
I gotta say, I think this is your best game yet.
The next one is I don't believe people should seek medical guidance from me.
RFK. I'm gonna be. I liked the premise. I think it's harder to execute than maybe you guys had thought. But I liked the idea.
I just want to see. Yeah.
They knew they were flying together.
Here's what I will
Say it
literally.
again. They knew they were flying together. RFK.
No, it's an alien one.
I thought maybe that was a trick one.
At least I got
That's
you.
an alien.
All I can say is if they got it, it's one of the first questions I'm going to ask. And I'm going to want to see the little fellas and their spacecraft.
I think that's RFK.
Yeah, that's him talking about aliens.
Yeah, that's RFK.
Here's another one from RFK.
fellows.
I will literally eat anything. I don't have a gag reflex.
I believe that was. I'm gonna go RFK.
So I think that's probably the best segment we've ever done.
That was all time.
All right, let's do one final segment to bring us home.
Okay.
We're going to do this. We did this last time. You have 60 seconds. Address the topics related to aliens.
Okay.
Rusty Featherstone addresses the largest topics in the alien community.
Let's do it.
The hot avatar alien girl.
Excited to meet her one day, hopefully.
Okay, flying saucers.
Fun.
Government cover-ups.
I think also very fun. Want to be involved in one myself.
That would be huge. One day. Elon Musk.
Scary man.
Landing on the moon.
Abstain from answering.
Wow. Plead the fifth.
Plead the fifth.
Moon being made of cheese.
Would be very fun.
Project Hail Mary.
Didn't see it. Excited to read about it.
Disclosure Day.
Don't know what it is.
Another movie. The Pyramids.
Pointy.
Blink 182 lead man Tom DeLonge.
Love him.
He quit to pursue UFO interests.
No way.
That's okay.
Awesome.
Roger from American Dad.
Haven't seen it. Excited that other people can watch it.
Stitch
from Lilo.
Yeah,
love him. Love that little guy. I want to rub his belly.
Zero gravity.
Yeah, as a concept.
Yeah,
floating.
The future.
Bright.
The past.
Dim.
The present.
Awesome.
Rusty Featherstone.
Thank you, guys. Peace out, guys. Love you.
Well, thank you, Rusty, for sharing with us. It's actually a good week to be talking about the aliens as well because there's supposed to be meteor showers.
Really?
Tonight, we're recording this Wednesday, so this comes out Thursday. There's meteor showers tonight at like 9 to 11.
Oh, I love
Try
that.
to see them. I love when that kind of stuff happens.
I love
There's
when a
solar
meteor
eclipse happening as well.
When?
A lot of stuff. It's today, but it's mainly going to be in Europe. You can't really see it.
Oh my gosh,
Do you remember a couple years ago when like there was a really big one?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
my friend visited, and my friend was like in town, and we went to this is when I lived in New York, and we went out to look at it, and we stared at it for too long, and then he had to drive 6 hours back to Boston for something, and he was like, I can't drive right now because we fully stared at the eclipse. Anyways, I think it's good to sort of pull back for a second and think about what else is out there besides this, because I think it's scary to think that we're alone in this world, and I think it's a little silly to think that there's not aliens that are out there, and it is funny when you think about your life and all the things you're stressed about, where if there were it doesn't fucking matter at the end of the day, because there's probably an ancient form of alien species that's just monitoring us, and nothing we do matters at all. Only put us in little zoo cages where money goes up like bananas, and it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't really matter because we're at the mercy of aliens. So just enjoy your weekend. Have a good time. Because nothing you do is important. Let's kick it over to everything else you missed this week. All right, Izzy, you went to college.
I did.
You had a dorm room.
Sure did.
Do you ever wish you went to an SEC school?
No.
Okay, because you might after you see this video that I'm about to send you.
All right.
This is SEC parents are decorating their daughter's dorm rooms. They're hiring decorators. This girl's parents spent $20,000 decorating her dorm room. It's a fucking dorm room, you know?
And also,
it's not that nice. First of all,
I was gonna say it doesn't look that good, for it to be $20,000.
You have a twin bed.
They didn't trick it out, really. You could get this off Facebook Marketplace for
Right. It's ultimately a dorm room. I would love to be invited over here to like go to a pregame and just like black out drunk and like fall asleep in her bed and piss myself. Like that's the kind of thing that's going to happen though. Like you can't have people over to that dorm room.
That's like the dorm rooms are nice because you're living in a unideal, like or in a not ideal area, but it's because it's just going to like. It's like driving a beater car for your first car.
Yes. There's been a lot of scandals this week in the sports world. We're going to go through 2 of them right now. Cheating scandals. Story number 1, the Little League World Series. The team from Tulsa got disqualified. I'm going to try to explain this very briefly, but what happened was they had a kid playing for their team who was from another town, but he was allowed to play on their team due to a rule where if you have a younger sibling that plays on the like team for like physically and mentally challenged kids, you can play on this town's team. Turns out his sibling might not have even been mentally challenged, never played on that. Like they said they were on it, they never played on the team. This team got disqualified. And it's just kind of like, it's fucking Little League.
It's Little League.
Just
Why
play by the rules. Like, what are you teaching your kids?
Yeah, it's not great.
I miss when there used to be scandals like the pitcher is 14 years old. That's a fun scandal. Like Danny Almonte. Do you remember Danny Almonte? No.
Of course.
That scandal has nothing on the golfer who pulled off this scam at a member golf tournament in St. Louis, okay? So this guy's a former D1 golfer who's competing in this tournament, and the way that it works is there's a hole-in-one pot on the first hole, okay? So this guy is in the first group, and on the second hole. Going into the thing, he says like, hey, my grandma is pretty sick. I might get a phone call at some point. And they're like, yeah, it's fine. Do whatever you got to do. Fakes a phone call, says, guys, I got to go take this. I'm just going to go ahead and I'll hit my tee shot while you guys finish up putting on this hole.
Okay.
Goes ahead, fakes the phone call.
Mm-hmm.
And when the group arrives, he's like, I hit a good tee shot. Like, I don't know where it went. And then they go up there and it's a hole-in-one.
Okay.
And they check security cams later. Early in the morning, he had gone in there and knowing he was the first group to play that hole, he had put the ball in the hole and put a divot on the green at like 5 a.m. And his grandma's not sick at all. So it was basically this whole scheme to win the pot for the hole-in-one, which like was like $2,000. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Kind of a good scam though.
Wow.
I mean, you don't come back from that. You don't.
You've lost my trust.
You've lost my trust. And once you lose my trust,
you can never get it back.
Here's some good news that we can maybe end the episode on. I have two good news stories. A diver found a 162-year-old bottle of Guinness in a shipwreck.
Cool.
That was still intact. This might allow scientists to find the original recipe. Here's a good story to take you guys into the weekend. Izzy, I think you would like this one a lot. There was a golden retriever who was suffering from seizures. Right?
Oh.
The family was like, oh, it's really bummed out. They got a pet dog. They got a pet duck called Louie, brought him around, and it turned the golden retriever's life around. Right? The pan to the duck is so funny.
I think I saw this. So like, what happens? He just like, the duck
it's just like his friend and it just made him happy again.
It's like his emotional support like animal,
it's
basically.
It's his Punch the Monkey. Yeah. Or Punch the Monkey's stuffed animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cute.
Yeah, you're right. It's the dog's emotional support animal. He can fly with it. Yeah, like now if they want to fly with the dog, they also have to fly with the duck. I love it. Guys, this weekend, find your Louie. Find your emotional support duck to get you through the weekend. That's all the news that's fit to podcast. Have an incredible weekend. And as always, go Jets. Cade Klubnik is looking fantastic.